In this GlassTrax video, I'll be showing you how to upload your data to the FTP. Very frequently we ask for a copy of your most recent data, and that is to help us duplicate a bug or duplicate an issue that you're having. It is a rather simple process to send us your data, but there are a few steps that require some explanation, so we decided to put this into video form. The first thing you need to do is go to where your live data is stored. If you don't know where that is, it's really easy to find. You just come into GlassTrax, go to the Help menu, and click About GlassTrax. And right here it shows you data, and then it tells you exactly where that data is stored. You can even copy and paste from here. If I copy all the way over and hit Control C, and then I open up my File Explorer here, and I paste it into here, it would take me right to this location here. And as you can see, you're in the right spot. There are a ton of DAT files in here, text documents. This is all of your data. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go on ahead and select all these files. Now, if you have a PDF file in here, I don't have one because the PDF file gets really big really fast. If you do have a PDF file in here, go ahead and exclude that file. Everything else, though, you'll want to go ahead and include. So you can hit Control A to select everything, or if you want to exclude certain that PDF file, you can hit Control or you can hit Shift and scroll down. And when you hit Shift and click the next line, it includes everything in between. But for me, I'm going to hit Control A to include all files, and then I'm just going to right-click or hit Control C to copy. From here, I'm going to back up one level, and I'm going to go ahead and right-click and do New Folder. And I'm going to go ahead and say this is a backup GlassTrax. And I'm going to put the date here. We do year, month, and then the date here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And then I'll open up that newly created folder and Control V or right-click and paste to put all those folders or all those files into this new data set. And as this loads, I'll tell you about the next set we're going to do. We will be compressing this file so that it's not quite as large when we upload it, and then we will send you a specific FTP address. With GlassTrax, we actually created an FTP address for each individual customer so that you have your own spot within our server to store your data so that we can keep things separated and organized. So I will send that to you in an email if you request that, or just call into GlassTrax and ask, hey, what's my FTP? We will either tell you over the phone or we will email it over to you. And so once I've got this in here now, I can go back up one more level. And there's that backup GlassTrax right here. So all I'm going to do now is compress or zip this file. We use 7-Zip, which is a third-party program. I really like 7-Zip because it's fast and it can compress things to a nice level. So I'm going to go ahead and do 7-Zip here, but your other options, you can go to Send To and then do compressed zip folder, which is just the default Windows option. But if you need 7-Zip, go ahead and ask as well. We can tell you where to download that. I'm going to go ahead and say Add to Archive. And it's going to pull this up now to compress this, and I just say OK. And now it's compressing that file for me. So once that is done, again, all I will do is get that specific FTP address that I would send to you. And again, just call or email to ask for that. And you will copy and paste that information right up here into this actual File Explorer. Not your Internet Explorer, not your Internet browser, but within the File Explorer here that you can see. And I'll show you here in just a moment when this finishes up. So that's one thing that people get caught up on, is when I say copy and paste the FTP address into your File Explorer, sometimes they put it in the Windows Internet Explorer, which is not what we should be doing. All right, so here's my backup file now that has now been compressed. So I'm going to go ahead and right-click and copy it, and then I'm going to type in my FTP address. So this is where you type it in right here. Now for security purposes, I'm not going to type in anyone's FTP address, but this is where you go ahead and put it in. And once that appears, you just go ahead and right-click and paste into your FTP section there. And what it's going to do is it's going to start uploading, and then you can just email me back and say, okay, I've started the upload, and I will check it occasionally until it's done. With larger data sets, it will take a little bit longer, but for most of our customers, it'll be done within a few minutes. So go ahead and try that out. Let me know if you run into any issues. Feel free to call into GlassTrax again. Thanks.